Hey, ladies, what's up? This is Marcia here with another episode of Women Behind the Weights. I have LSF member Noemy from Schaumburg.
Welcome to the Women Behind the Weights podcast, where we empower and inspire women to lift both weights and their voices. Each week, we explore the incredible journeys of women who are breaking barriers in the fitness world and making their mark. Join us for insightful discussions, inspiring stories, and practical tips that you can apply in your own life. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, there's something here for everyone. Tune in to discover the stories that will ignite your passion, uplift your spirit, and remind you that you are Ladystrong. Let's lift each other up, one conversation at a time.
Noemy, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm a little nervous. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking. Don't be nervous. I know who you are, but for our audience that's tuning in today, please tell a little bit about yourself.
I'm Noemy. I've been a member for 4.5 years at Ladystrong Fitness. I am a mother. I have 3 children, 3 wonderful, ungrateful children. They're 15, 13, and 6. And I have a dog. I work from home. So the gym is like my social life every morning.
I love that. How did you find Ladystrong Fitness and why did you decide to join?
You guys actually found me. So your Instagram ads are definitely working. I was just sitting there on the couch scrolling, and I was actually looking for a new gym because the one that I was at had recently closed.
Hmm.
And I remember, like I told you, I was like, oh, I'm going to reach out to them because they're like, reach out for a free class. And I reached out, and within 15 minutes, you guys are like, yeah, come in tomorrow, 6:30. I was like, I am not prepared to show up in less than 12 hours because it was like almost 9 o'clock at night.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's a testament to your commitment, number one. Number two, I'm sure you were kind of skeptical and you don't know much about the community. So what attracted you to Ladystrong? Like, why did you decide to join?
The fact that it was all ladies for sure. And that it was a group setting because I need the group setting, right? I need to be told what to do, even if I'm huffing and puffing.
Mm-hmm.
And just the community and there being other ladies, I was a little worried because I was a lot bigger then.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know what to expect.
For sure.
Well, everyone was really nice. I remember it was Jess at the front desk, and she's the one who actually signed me up back then.
I love that. So let's talk about your kids. Like you said, 3 kids, you work from home, full-time job. A lot of people will say that they don't have time. How do you find the time to invest in yourself for 60 minutes?
I have to. I think when you're a mom, and especially like a first-time mom, it's really difficult for you to set that time up for yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel like selfish or you're being a bad mom, like, oh, how dare you not give all to your children?
Mm-hmm.
But you need to be able to be you and work out. And I need to do this for myself. So for me, the only time I can work out is waking up early in the morning. I cannot do the afternoon classes. I have too many kids, too many activities. But in the morning, like, it's important to me and I just prioritize it, right? And I know, like, my husband included, he hates me for it. If I say I'm going to sleep, I'm asleep within 5 seconds.
That's awesome.
And I'm the type of person that as soon as my alarm goes off, I just get up. There is no snoozing. Oh, like, look, I'm up. And I just have to prioritize mainly for my mental health as well. Like ever since COVID. And again, I work from home. So I need to get out of the house. And that for me is waking up at 5:30 every day to be at the gym.
That's crazy. So I have to ask, were you always a morning person? Because some people are like, oh, I don't want to get up that early. I can't do that. Were you like that at one point in time?
No, I've always been a morning person. I think I'm going to circle it back to my parents. Growing up, immigrant household, super Mexican parents, they never let me sleep in. So summer vacation, my mom was waking us up at 7 a.m. in the morning.
Seriously?
Yeah. And if she caught us up at 10, 11 o'clock at night, awake watching TV, because what else could we do back then, right? There was no internet. There was no cell phones.
For sure.
Yeah. We would get in trouble. So we were forced to go to bed early. And like now, I'm just a morning person.
I love that. So it just sets that you had a habit earlier on prior to even coming into Ladystrong, which I like.
Yeah.
So my question is, let's just play devil's advocate here. Let's just say people didn't have those types of habits or lifestyles the way that you did. What would be your recommendation for someone that's like, the only time I could work out is in the morning, but I'm not a morning person? Like, what would you suggest or advise for them?
Like I said, for me, I've always been a morning person. Just set an alarm, make a friend, commit to the class and say you're going to go and just show up for yourself. Like I do this for me, like Your kids have their hobbies, your husband or significant other has their hobbies, or they're all doing their own thing. What are you doing for you and to take care of yourself? So
I
just
love that.
prioritize you.
Okay, quick pause before we jump back into the episode. I want to let you know about the Strong Her Transformation Roadmap. If you're listening before April 20th, get ready because it's launching soon. And if you're listening after April 20th, it's officially here and ready for you. The best part is it's completely free, whether you're already part of our community or just getting connected. This is for you. It's all about helping you identify your starting point and get clear on where your transformation journey begins. We're not going to give away too much here, but just know this is something you'll want to check out. All right, now back to the episode. So I want to get vulnerable for a minute. About a month ago, you and I had spoke inside the studio, and I asked for you to be on the episode. And you said that I don't really have phenomenal results. I don't really have things that I could share. And I said, that's not true. I said, everybody has a story and you've made significant progress. And you even mentioned earlier on when you said, I was bigger than what I am now. I want you to share, like, what have your results been, regardless if it's milestones, small, big, like share with the audience. Because I think it's important for you to share your story. Share the good, the bad, the ugly, everything.
Yeah, I was very hesitant to do this because I feel like if you look at me or you know me, you're like, I'm not the ideal, like fitness, like, like I don't look like you guys, right? Like all the coaches and you guys are all great and in shape, but I have come a long way from where I started. Like I don't want to get sensitive. And also part of it is just like, do I want to be the poster person for like weight loss or like a big person, like, and I think those are a lot of issues within me. But, you have seen me from the beginning. I have known you from the beginning of time. A lot of 5 years ago, I couldn't do a burpee. 5 years ago, there were certain exercises I couldn't do. Even just last week when we did prisoner squats, that was something that I wasn't physically able to do, and now I can. So I feel like just being at the gym and the coaches and like Caitlin and Majari, or like just, them pushing me and like them dealing with my nonsense. And I'm like, hey, correct me or do this, like I feel like they really help.
I love that.
Lean into them for sure.
I love that. As we're talking, I'm going to make sure they play a before and after we're going to share in this episode, because there's progress there. And I think that's a testament to your hard work. And like you said, what do you think is the biggest thing that helped you get past those not being able to do a burpee and prisoner squats? Like, what do you contribute that to?
I would say my friends at the gym. And just like even the ladies, they're like, come on, you got this, or you can do it. Or, sometimes if someone's a little bit older than me or younger than me, either way, it doesn't really have to be which way. They're like, oh, if they can do it, then I can do it too, but in a good way. Everybody's pushing you and your friends are like, come on, you can lift heavier. And I think that just my friends being basically more in shape than me, it's like, okay, I need to keep up because I can't be, the one that's like dragging them behind.
That's fair. Okay, so how about this? You've been an integral part of the studio, again, like you said, 4.5 years, almost 5. And when you walk in, the room lights up. Everybody knows who you are. Did you know any of these people prior to joining Ladystrong?
No.
How did you become so involved? And I'm only asking because I'm sure there are women inside our studio that might not have the support system like you do. So what is your advice for people like that?
I've always been more of an outgoing person, and even like talking to Melissa, and we laugh about it now. When she first joined, I'm like, I want her to be my friend. And I had to force her, like not force her really, but I would just talk to her until one day she just like reciprocated back, and then we became friends. So I just like talk to your neighbor, get to know them. And these are ladies that you see all the time. I see these ladies more than I see my own family because we're in the gym 3 to 4 times a week. Just talk to everybody's nice. Nobody's going to be mean or, judge you or put you down. Everybody's going to lift you up and just start with your neighbor and then maybe your next neighbor and just go from there.
I love that. This is amazing. Okay, so I want to wrap things up because I know your time is valuable. But before I do, I want you to answer these 2 questions. This is a 2-part question. If there's someone who's hesitant about joining Ladystrong Fitness, what would be your advice for them? That's number 1. And then number 2, let's just say they're already a member, but they're stuck in the rut and they need some sort of guidance, what would be your advice for them? So there's two different types of scenarios here.
Okay, so I feel like if you're thinking about joining, just do it. There's no better time than the present, right? And everybody keeps saying, like, what are you waiting? Time is going to pass regardless. So you have to, prioritize yourself. And I'm big on this just because it's so good for my mental health. And scientifically, right, when you finish working out, there's endorphins, you feel better. And who doesn't want to feel better every day?
For sure.
And just like, don't be scared about the gym. Everybody's at different points of their lives. Some people are more in shape, some people are less in shape. And obviously there's adjustments for everyone. So they will find you an exercise basically that'll work for you.
I love that.
And if you're a member, I just like find a good group of friends, a community, become close. Like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Or like just have that commitment. Like, hey, are you going to class tomorrow? And then you're going to show up because your friend's going to be there. If not, you're going to leave them hanging, right? I just think just find a good group of friends.
That's amazing. Is there any other piece of advice you would like to give? Like might drop, like it's like the biggest takeaway for anybody that's listening, and irregardless of who they are. Do you have any advice at all?
I feel like I don't know if I'm the best person because, like I said, I have come a long way in my journey, but I still have a lot to go, right? And maybe just go easy on yourself. And keep pushing forward because regardless, like I've been a member for 5 years. I've managed to lose over 50, closer to 60 pounds. And I still have a long way to go. And time is going to pass regardless. So just keep going. And being at the gym, I do pick up or I do listen to what you guys are saying as far as your food and your protein and your rest days, So even little by little, those things will stick with you and just make smaller changes. A little bit.
I love that. I think we're going to end it on that. That was really good advice. So, ladies, I hope you're taking some notes because Noemi really did drop a little sprinkles here and there. I really do appreciate you being on here. I know this was really hard for you, but you worked up the courage. And for me, if we're able to impact at least one person's life, that means you and I did our job at the end of the day. So thank you so much for being on the episode today. Ladies, thank you so much for tuning in of another episode of Women Behind the Weights. We'll catch you on the next episode. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Women Behind the Weights podcast. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights from today's episode. If you enjoyed the conversation, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your support helps us reach more women like you. Don't forget to connect with us on social media for behind-the-scenes content and to join our growing community. Remember, we're all in this together, and every step you take brings you closer to your goals. Until next time, keep lifting those weights and your voices. You've got this.